Alright, here we go. Let's work through problem number 1. Right now we're looking at dividing, so we are going to take and multiply everything by 3. So then the 3's cancel out. We get 1 minus 2n greater than or equal to 21. And then we will subtract 1. Get negative 2n greater than or equal to 21 minus 1 is 20. And then divide everything by negative 2. And you would get n. Remember, when we multiply or divide by a negative, we want to flip the inequality. 20 divided by negative 2 is negative 10. And then our final answer looks like n is less than or equal to negative 10. So now we branch on out over here. We want to go to negative 10. So I'll put a 0 right here. And then we'll go negative 2, 4. So we'll go negative 2, negative 6, negative 10. And then we would have a closed circle at negative 10 because it's less than or equal to. And then we are going to go, I believe it was less than, right? Yep, we had to flip the inequality to less than. So then we would shade to the left. And that's our final answer. All right, on to question 2. We have variables on both sides of the equation here. Or sorry, the inequality sign. So we are going to take and get them to move from one side to the other. So we're going to add, not 24, but it would be 2t to both sides. Add 2t. 7t plus 1 is less than negative 6. Then we would subtract 1. 7t is less than negative 7. And then finally divide by negative 7. And then our final answer is going to be t is less than negative 1. So then we're going to go graph this. We'll put 0 right here in the middle. And then negative 1 is this way. And we're going to draw a less than because it's going less than. Alright, so we're going to distribute the 2. So we get 2x plus 6 is less than 5 plus 2x. And then we would subtract 2x to both sides because we have variables on opposite sides. And then when we subtract, those go away. We're left with 6. Less than, those go away. 5. And now we have the variables cancel out. That's okay. Is 6 less than 5? And the answer to that question is absolutely not. So we would have, for our final solution, over here we would have no solution. There is absolutely no number where 6 is less than 5. Anytime 6 is less than 5. So no solution, no graph. Move on to the next one. Alright, remember on this we have an AND statement anytime the X right here is sandwiched in the middle of two inequality symbols. So it's an automatic AND statement. We're going to solve it just like we would any old equation or inequality, except for now we're going to subtract 3 to everything and then rewrite. We have negative 8 is less than or equal to 2x, less than or equal to 9 minus 3 is 6. Then we would take and divide everything by 2, and then we would end up with negative 4 less than or equal to x less than 3. Alright, so now we want to graph this, so we'll put a 0 right in the middle. We'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be negative 4. We are going to have a closed circle at negative 4. And we'll go ahead to positive 3 right here. And we'll have an open circle at positive 3. Now since x is in between negative 4 and 3, our shading will just be everything right there in the middle. Again, we have an AND statement. So we're going to take and we are going to multiply everything by 3. There we go. Was it coming in before? So then these will cancel out. We get negative 6 is less than or equal to n plus 2. And then less than or equal to 12. And then we will subtract 2 to both sides. And then we would get negative 8 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 10. Alright, so to graph this, we'll go back 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll call that negative 8. And go forward 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Call this negative or positive 10. Filled in circles for both of them because they have the lines underneath the inequality. N is sandwiched in the middle. Again, we don't want to have arrows or anything going past our numbers, so I'm going to have to erase mine a little bit. Final answer. Alright, remember with ORs, it could be on one side or the other, so we're going to solve each individual piece first. Well, yeah, we're going to add 2 to this side, add 2 to that side, get negative y is less than 8. And then we want positive y, so we're going to divide by negative 1. Y is, again, we divided by a negative, so we have to flip the inequality. Alright, flip the inequality. So we get y is greater than negative 8, or go ahead and solve this one, subtract 8. 4y is less than 12. Divide by 4. We get y is less than or equal to 3. Alright, this one's a little different to graph because of that word or. So we're going to go to negative 8. Open circle at negative 8. We want to go greater than. So we're going to make our arrow go this way. Since it's the word or, we can have our arrows overlap and go past each other. Y is less than 3. So I would put a closed circle at 3. And I want to draw my arrow that way. So in all reality, I'm getting every number. In this case, it'd be all real solutions because we want to be less than 3, greater than negative 8. We could be any number you want is either greater than negative 8 or less than or equal to 3. So our graph will have our arrows. If you take a look here, our arrows will go past because of the word or. We can do that if it was and. Again, it's going to look like this graph where we have to be sandwiched in the middle of 2 numbers basically.